Renegade Nell is a British historical fantasy adventure television series written by Sally Wainwright. It was produced for Disney Plus and premiered on the 29th of March 2024. The premise of the show follows Nell Jackson, who finds herself framed for crimes she did not do, ending up an outlaw with a large bounty on her head, becoming entangled in a grand plot destined for great things. The good. I started watching this looking for something fun and light that would provide an amusing diversion from the current zigzag state of our economy. And Renegade Nell provided laughs, a whimsical tale, and some surprisingly chilly goosebumps. The production is beautifully shot, bringing the 18th century aesthetic to vivid life with characters as colorful as their costumes, wigs, and all. The wardrobe department was having a blast, and it shows. The titular character, Nell Jackson, played by Louisa Harland, is quite the oddball, sharp-tongued heroine who never quietly accepts what's dished out but stands out and makes herself heard, a damsel that doesn't need saving. Some aspects of it reminded me of Netflix's Damsel movie. Renegade Nell doesn't take itself seriously and instead carries you along a wild carriage ride to destinations unknown, through some dark and twisted parts which can surprisingly get very intense real quick. Ours is not to reason why. Ours is to get on with things. Billy Blanks. It's a mostly family-appropriate show you can watch with whole family without worrying about having to find the suddenly missing remote control to skip past some scenes, although it has some rather dark themes. The bad. While the show generally has good pacing and each episode has some action set pieces, usually ending on a cliffhanger, the plot isn't as tightly knit as it could be, nor are the characters fully developed beyond the demands of each episode. But hey, this show was meant for a younger audience and not for hardcore critics. I would have really liked a bit of backstory as to how things got the way they are, but all you have for an explanation is that Nell is destined for greatness without so much as a hint as to what that is, why, or how. I'm beginning to wonder if you're not destined for very great things, Nellie Jackson. I'm beginning to wonder if you've been sent to the planet for something special. The show can get rather dark in some aspects, following an almost Faustinian plot, which might be a bit unsettling for a younger audience, and devilishly terrifying for an older one too. The ugly. The show does not quite stand on business in portraying the subtle messages it is sending about women's disenfranchisement, feminism, femininity, racism, slavery, social justice, and class prejudices where the wealthy can get away with literal murder. It's as if the show wanted to send a message and decided halfway through, you know what, let's go on a frivolous, fantastical adventure instead. Final thoughts. Renegade Nell is a fun and whimsical watch that blends the genres of historical fiction with fantasy and supernatural in a Tinkerbell meets Robin Hood in Tottenham Forest tale. How serious do you want your viewing of historical fiction?